Hey strong people, Kalle Beck here from StartingStrongman.com, and I'm going to be previewing the finals of SBD World's Strongest Man 2020. Crazy weekend. 2020 is crazy, and this week so far has been no different. Hopefully they're going back outside, but I kind of like how it looks inside. It looks cool. I think it's going to make good TV. When's the last time a World's Strongest Man was inside? Answer that in the comments below, and I will heart it and not give you anything. So, the athletes, we have Adam Bishop, JF Caron, Kevin Ferris, Graham Hicks, Alexei Novikov, Jerry Pritchett, Luke Richardson, Brian Shaw, Ivor Smokestellis, and Tom Stoltman. Event 1, the Giants Medley. 150 kilogram farmer's walks into a 500 kilogram yoke, and things might change because things always change. Looking at that, people to watch out for. I'd say Jerry Pritchett, very good at moving events, very fast, underrated how fast he is on them. Alexei Novikov and Kevin Ferris. I think those are my top three in that event. This will be interesting because Brian Shaw hasn't been looking very fast. And that was a problem last year in the heats, unless he's being strategic and stuff like the loading race. You don't know, 330-ish pounds, 1,100 pounds, 1,000-pound yoke. I mean, it might be about 1,000 pounds. Those aren't heavy for Brian standards, so that's going to be tough. I hear Ivar's is very, very fast as well. Keg toss. I think Ivar's blistered a keg toss at World's Strongest Man as like an extra event last year, and he's underrated in that, and he competes in SCL a lot, which does a lot of those. Hard to bet against Brian Shaw in a keg toss. And a lot of these other athletes, I don't know. I think this can be a tough event for Jerry Pritchett. I think it's a good event for JF Caron, as is the first one. And Adam Bishop's pretty fast sometimes too. But I say in the keg toss, we have to look out for Brian Shaw, Smokestellis, and I'll say JF Caron. Log ladder. This, Jerry Pritchett, is it just a light log that's good for him now, or is he just strong right now? I think it ends at 200 kilos, so expect Graham Hicks to do well in this. I think looking at this, he's probably the best log presser. Alexei Novikov is very fast at lifting logs. I don't think he has a 200 kilogram in him, but if they're doing it off of point, like times, I think he could do well. If Jerry holds steady with if he can transfer getting 9 reps on the log to this, if that's an indication, he'll do well. And I think it's a tough event for Adam Bishop. Brian Shaw's, of course, very strong. Maybe, Brian could put up 200, so it could be a good event for him. So I'd say Graham Hicks, Shaw, and Pritchett, and, Caron struggles in the overhead. I think that's an important event for him here out of the whole final. 18-inch deadlift. There is some monster 18-inch deadlift pullers in here. Adam Bishop, I believe, has done a 450 kilogram in training. JF Caron won the 18-inch deadlift for Max at World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai in, I believe, 2019, tied with Thor, then Janasia, and Brian Shaw was third. Brian Shaw looked very good in his training for this event, and he is doing the Hummer tire deadlift at the Shaw Classic, so it has some transfer over there as well. Jerry Pritchett, I don't think 18 inches is better for him, but compared to the floor, but he can pull. No one's ever going to discount that Jerry Pritchett can pull something. Graham Hicks, he's a shorter athlete, and he's phenomenally strong. Luke Richardson has a 900 for reps deadlift from the floor. It's crazy. I think Kevin Ferris is 5'9". That tends to favor people on 18-inch deadlift. But I'd say Adam Bishop, JF Caron, and Novikov did, I believe, at an Arnold. They had an 18-inch deadlift for Max with 400 kilos, and I think he won the event getting 10 reps with 400. So What does that, if you put in a max calculator, transfer over to? Obviously, I wouldn't take that for anything, and I think it was a more bendy bar. Maybe he was doing that thing in his straps where he holds it in his fingers, and he might have been wearing a suit too. I don't know. But he does, at a contest, pulled an 18-inch deadlift, 400 kilos, 881 pounds for double-digit reps. So, yeah. What's that tell you? But I would say the people to watch out for: Jerry Pritchett, Adam Bishop, JF Caron. Brian Shaw, too, and I guess Novikov. And Graham Hicks. But I'm sticking with my top 3 in that event. Hercules Hold. There was some rumors Mark Felix is going to do this event as an exhibition no matter what. Be cool if it happens. Also, kind of rude if you're one of the 10 strongest men at World's Strongest Man and they let someone else come out and as an exhibition beat your time. I think Kevin Ferris has a phenomenal grip. He showed in the qualifiers, as does Jerry Pritchett. It's a tough event for Tom Stoltman. Historically, Brian Shaw has a good grip. He's been training Hercules Hold a lot. JF Caron's been training Hercules Hold every week, and he is from Canada. Enough said. Is that joke old yet? I think it is. And then we have 6 Atlas stones, which was interesting until they did 8 in the qualifiers. So stones, Tom Stoltman. That's all you have to say. And then, Brian's always good at stones, and I think does he want to beat Tom in the stones? I bet he really does. I think this is an important event for Jerry Pritchett. But Jerry looks really healed up. I'm going to say something here. This is an interesting year because usually these people are competing all the time. They did the Arnold. They do all the various Arnold qualifiers. They do all these Giants Lives. And every Arnold qualifier has like a 1,200-pound yoke, a 400-pound log for reps, an 800-plus pound deadlift, super heavy stones. And you can see some of these guys that have come into Worlds and just not looked great, or not their best, look amazing this year. And more of the veteran guys, they look like 10 years, 5, they look like they did 5 years ago because they haven't been competing every weekend. Like, Jerry Pritchett looks as good as I remember him ever looking. JF Caron looks so calm and collected and just fresh to go into this. And I think with 2020, it's really helping these older athletes that have the experience and have gained all this strength and haven't had a chance to compete as much and are smarter in their training to not overdo it because they already know their skills. They're just healthy, and being healthy is huge. I think that's one of the reasons Martins won last year. He happened to be the healthiest, strong guy at the right time. So anyways, yeah, Atlas Stones. Caron's is up there. Tough event for Kevin Ferris. If we go off of last year, Novikov's always good. Tom, Brian Shaw, it's tough. So, end of the day, who am I picking to win? Oh, it's so tough. I'm going to pick JF Caron to win, Alexei Novikov to get second, and Jerry Pritchett third. I'm going to go all in and go Ivars gets fourth, Brian Shaw gets fifth. But I think Brian Shaw could win it all. Because I'm kind of looking at this, and it's not that I'm not picking him to win every event, but he's in the conversation with every event. And some of these guys might get second, then eighth. So I could be completely wrong, but it's fun to just throw other stuff out there. That's my thoughts on it. JF Caron, first Canadian World's Strongest Man. Let's see what happens. You can follow along at Starting Strongman, startingstrongman.com, at LetKaleLift, Twitter, Instagram, and World's Strongest Man live from Bradenton on Facebook. It's $1.99. Great interviews. They're giving official scores, which is always nice to have. Sometimes we don't get those till Christmas, so it's a big plus. Thanks for watching.